Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Visit Edo page. My name is Elizabeth. If you're here for the first time, please don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, especially YouTube. We've really got a lot of followers on Facebook, which is really good, but we need a lot of support on YouTube. Please don't hesitate to follow us on YouTube, please. Today, I'm going to be talking about land. Like I said before, Visit Edo is all about Edo tourism. It's all about invest in Edo tourism. We want people to invest in Edo. We want people to invest in tourism in Edo. We think it's time to turn a little bit, to do something a little bit different, to try to see if tourism can provide jobs like it has done in so many parts of the world, so many states, so many cities around the world. Tourism is a big business, and we think Edo State is ready for that. So we want people to invest in that direction. We want people to invest in tourism in order to create jobs for our people, because people need jobs, and jobs is the only thing that gives money. If we don't invest in things that can create jobs, then there will always be problems within our youth, within our people. There will always be conflict, there will always be problem, because people need money in order to live, even to feed or to do any other things in life. Money is needed, whether small or big. So it's good we invest in things that can provide job, even if you're creating job for just one person. So let's invest in things like that. I would really want to talk about land today. The reason why I am talking about land is because land is also an investment when you talk about it. It's investment because when you buy a land, you are investing. It's either you want to build something or you want to use it for business, to build something for business. So that's why I will be talking about land today. Like especially in Benin, because we are all about investing in those states. So it's about Benin, Edo North, Edo South, it's all about Edo. So if you are thinking about buying a land in Edo State right now, I would advise that you should don't buy those kind of land we used to do before. We buy the land, we keep it there. We keep it for 5, 10 years. I think now is no longer the time for that. Because when you buy a land now and you keep it because of the situation in the country, you might find out that that land will not be there again. You might find out that the money you're going to use to want to solve the problem of that land might be much. You might find out that somebody has sold that land. So the situation we are now is not buy land, keep for it, 20 years time or 5 years time, I start selling. No, because you might not have that land to sell when you're ready to sell it because of the situation on the ground, because we really have to face the unemployment is big and people need money. So because of that, people have children to feed, they have a lot of things to do with money. So because of that, they do drastic things that they are not supposed to do. So if you are thinking about investing and you think about that land is something that you would like to invest on, I think that you should think twice. Think again, because the stress of thinking about that land after buying it, that it shouldn't be taken away from you, the stress might just be too much for you to handle. So you have to think about that again. If you're going to buy a land for business, the kind of business that people have done for years, they buy big land, they keep it there and wait for years, and they start to sell and make profit from it. This time, the situation in the country is not the right time for that, especially in Edo State. I would say in Edo State because it's all about Edo that we're talking about here. It's about Edo people. So if you're planning on buying a land, buy a land. And when you're planning on even buying the land, don't just plan to buy the land. When you're planning on buying that land, you're also calculating the amount of money to fence that land before you buy it. So don't just buy a land and leave it there and think that that land will be there and will be safe, because it will not. That is the real truth. That land will not be safe. So if you are having the money to buy land, you should also have the money to fence it around if you want that land to stay there for you. So it's not what everybody wanted. It's not what some I would want, but that is the situation on the ground. So if you think about buying land, don't buy land that you keep. Buy land that you build right now, or buy land that if you cannot build right now, you want to build it gently, but at least fence it, put gates on that land, and you know that, okay, this is your land. Don't risk it to buy a land and you keep it there and said, oh, maybe I do it 2 months time, maybe I do it 3 months time, because that land might not be there for you to start when you're ready. That is when you see a piece of land, because it seems like the moment any land is open, even land that are even fenced is even still difficult the way things are going now. So if you buy an land, I would really advise, take an agent, take someone entirely different from the person that is producing, bringing that land to you to buy. Call somebody else. You can call our office. That is what we do. We can check out things for you to see if they are real. Just call us or call anybody that you have. Tell them to make a different inquiry about that land from what the people that are bringing it to you have given you. Look into that land. Don't be in a rush to buy land. Don't let anybody say to you that, oh, this land is so cheap, if you don't buy it now, it will just be taken. Because if you go into such land, you say that it will happen that land, before you know, it's been sold to 3 or 4 people many times, and there will be problems. Or if you don't get that, you have community problems that said, this is our land from this corner, the other one is saying this is our land, you will get that same problem. So please, if you're planning on buying a land, make your investigation. Take somebody else to investigate that property. Don't be in a rush. Ask questions. Contact somebody. Don't think about, oh, you're going to spend 5,000 to call somebody, or you're going to spend 10,000 to call somebody to find out information regarding that land for you. Don't think about that, because you might end up losing 20 or 500 of that money that you don't want to spend right now to find out or to get information regarding that land. So if you are wanting to buy and you are not right there, or even you want your people to buy for you right there, because sometimes the people that will send to buy this land sometimes don't get enough information. You have to try to send somebody totally different that don't know anything regarding that land, don't have the interest of that land in mind, don't have any interest of benefit from it. Send that person to say, okay, help me check this land, investigate this land, let me know. So if you find out that 1 or 2 problems is there, don't tell yourself it will be okay, because when small problem is in any land, it doesn't get better, it doesn't get okay, more will come. So if you find out anything, or if they're able to tell you that, oh, this land, there was somebody before that wanted it, or the person was having it, or the person did that happen, you should leave that land and look for another land to buy if you must buy a land, so that you don't end up having that problem again and again. And the problem with this land, maybe you buy a land for 500, let's say for 500. When this problem comes, you end up spending up to 800 to give to this to solve, to give to this to help, to give to this community to leave the land, to give to you end up spending more than that. So instead of doing all that, when somebody comes up with a land and tell you that, oh, we have land to sell, we have this, investigate. It doesn't mean if you have to pay anybody to go and investigate, to find out. It's better you lose 10,000, 5,000 to find out about that land than the stress that land might give to you later. That is my take on that particular one. Then another advice that I would like to give to people that wants to invest in Edo State is that if you're thinking about buying a land to do something, think about the reason why you're buying that land. When you want to buy a land, ask yourself, why am I buying it? Is it because I want to use it in 10 years from now? Is it because I want to buy it because I want to live there and build a house there? Is it because I want to buy it for my parents? Is it because I want to do? Think about that. Don't just buy a land because you think it's very cheap to buy. Don't do that. Buy a land because you want to use that land for something, because you know the reason why you are buying that land. You should know a reason why you are buying that land. Those kind of land, you don't have any reason why you're buying. You just buy because people said we are buying and you decide to buy. Those are the kind of land that you live in that place, and you, because you didn't plan for it, you were not even thinking about buying land. It just came and you said, okay, let me just buy it, and you leave it there. Then the trouble comes, then the problem comes, the situation on the ground is not helping matters. Then you start to look for who knows someone that can go around. All those stress you can easily save yourself from. So when you want to buy a land, because the money, we cannot just throw money off. It's hard to make money. So when you want to buy a land, think about, why am I buying it? Do I want to live there? Is it for business, or do I just want to buy it and keep? If you think about, oh, I want to live there, then you should think about, where do I like to live? Do I want to live in the version of Sapele Road, Uselu, Ekewan Road? You have to think about this thing, because it's not like I've seen people that go to near Uniben or far down to buy land, and meanwhile all the friends or the people that they know are from they live in GRA or Sapele Road or other parts of Benin, and when they now get home, they don't know what to do because the distance is too much. They have to rent hotel or look for a place to stay close to the friends of close to the place that the person is used to. So when you want to buy land and you're thinking about, okay, I want to buy land because I want to build it and live there, or I want to be spending my vacation there, like many of us go home to spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks like that. So you should consider the location, the place you like to be. So anytime you're thinking about buying land, just think about, what do I want to use the land for? Is it for family? Is it for myself? Is it, what will I be doing in the next 10 years if it's for me? Or is it a place that I would love to live? So consider those things. Look at why you're buying it, what you want to use it for. Then you can purchase that land. Then you can go ahead and say, okay, this is the land I want. So don't just buy a land because you want to buy and keep that land there. Because there's so many, the ones that we're just seeing now online, it's just few. There's so many problems with land because people bought those land and kept that land for years. It's not a crime to buy a land and keep. But with the situation on the ground, that people are in need of money, people are ready to sell someone's land to take the money and sell it even 3 times, not even once. So because of that situation now, I think that people that love to buy land and keep should reconsider. They should be careful. If they must buy the land and keep, then they should investigate who is the owner of that land. If really that person, they should go far to find out about that land before putting their money into that, so that they don't even regret it. Apart from the money going off like that, the stress you stress, the sleepless nights you get thinking about what is going to happen to this land I just bought, is more than the money. But because your heartbeat, your health issues, all is at risk. So if you're buying a land right now, please think twice. You're investing into something, think twice. When you want to buy land, make your research. Call somebody, you can call our office, you can call us, we can help you do that job. But if you have somebody to call, somebody that doesn't have any interest, the reason or benefiting from that land, call somebody to help you out, to find out more. Even if it takes you a month to find out about who the real owner is, how many times have they sold that land, how long have the owner been having that land. Do all those things, find out things, think about all the things that you need to think about when it comes to buying a land, so that you don't fall into something that will give you a sleepless night. So please, the reason why we're talking about land, or the reason why I am talking about land in this program, is because land is also an investment, and we want people to invest in Edo State. So when people buy land, they build something, is also investment. But another thing that I will also say out. I've seen that within the years and years and years, a lot of people have they have land outside. Why don't we take it around and consider buying a land inside the city? We know that inside the city, they are very expensive, which we all know. But think about it, for example, like in Europe, nobody have the few building. Except it's a company or the family have had it for years, or they are running it as a business. What about if 3 people comes up and said, just right there in Benin, in the middle of Benin, and said, we buy this plot of land, just this small land, maybe 100 by 100, it's not too big. And we build 3 stories. I can take the down, you take the up, or I take the up, you take the down. Let's 3 people bring money together and let's buy this land. And you take down, up, the third person take the upper one. When I build mine, you build yours and the next one. And they're able to run it like that. That is a good thing too. So people should start to think property. I think we should start to reason things about these property things. Because it's nice you buy the land, have your own house for yourself, is a good thing. But we can also look at it in another way, that we can also live in the city, have a nice house in the city, inside the city right there, by just thinking or investing with somebody that wants to invest in property. You know, a lot of people are so afraid of investing with somebody. Things have changed so much. And people should change with those, they should change with it. The way things are changing, we need to change too and start to embrace these new things, new ideas, and do new things. If not, things will not go right. It will not, because a lot of things have changed. Like people say, oh no, you cannot cause somebody to do business with somebody. Oh, think about what the person might do. There are lawyers. There's agreement to be written. So when people should start to think about, it's still possible to make an agreement with somebody, have the right papers, take the right lawyers, make the right agreement, all the agreement that you know that can bring problem. You people should put it inside those writings that the lawyer is going to make, to know that, okay, if this happened, this is what the other person will do, this is what the other person will do. So, and back it up with a very, very strong lawyer, have that agreement, and still come together to invest in one property. Just think about it. For example, the middle of Benin, and 3 people comes together and said, let's buy one land there, because a lot of those houses are now, maybe some, I think that it's time for the cities to start to upgrade itself. We all know it's time. So if somebody said, okay, we 3 can buy one land there and build one nice building, just like the way it is in Europe here, and we build that, and we have we can use it as business, rent it out to companies that wants to offices, or we can rent it out to people that wants to stay in the city, or we can use it as, there's a lot of things you can use property for and make the money. This is what we make out of it, and have that agreement. That is still business. That is investment. So people should start to think and see land in a different direction also, in order for us to reduce the old problems with land issue. So until we start to look different ways, there will always be problems, especially with people that are wanting to take somebody's labor, somebody's land. So please, if you're buying a land, do your own work. Check, find out, even if you need to call somebody to check for that land for you. You have to do that. And also think about, if you're buying one, when you're planning the money to buy one, also plan the money to fence it fast. Just plan it. And plan also how to register the land. Have your CFO with you. CFO is not a full guarantee that that land will never go away from you. You should know that, because that's what will be my next topic. CFO will be my next topic, because a lot of people think that because you have CFO, that means it's not your land forever. No, it's not. So that I will leave for the next topic, maybe this week. Next week. Today's Friday already. It's weekend. So thank you for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for following us. And please advise your friends, your close ones, loved ones to follow us. It's soon Valentine. Don't forget to visit us at number 39 Sakumba Road. Thanks and goodbye for now.